The Prophecy of Daniel 9, a deep dive. The Book of Daniel, one of the prophetic books of the Old Testament, offers a unique insight into the purpose and plans of God concerning His chosen people and the future of the world. Among the visions and dreams recorded in Daniel, chapter 9 stands out for its specificity and the profound implications it carries, particularly regarding the coming of the Messiah and the final redemption of Israel. Context of Daniel 9. To understand the prophecy of Daniel 9, we must first consider its context. At the time, the Jewish people were in Babylonian captivity because of their disobedience to God. In the early verses of the chapter, Daniel realizes, upon studying the prophecies of Jeremiah, that the 70 years of captivity are almost over. Moved by this realization, he offers a heartfelt prayer of confession on behalf of his people, seeking mercy and restoration. The 70 weeks prophecy. While Daniel is praying, the angel Gabriel appears with a message from God, revealing a timeline famously referred to as the 70 weeks prophecy. This timeline is outlined in Daniel 9:24-27. Essentially, 70 weeks, a total of 490 years, are determined upon the Jewish people and Jerusalem for 6 specific purposes. 1. To finish the transgression. 2. To make an end of sins. 3. To make reconciliation for iniquity. 4. To bring in everlasting righteousness. 5. To seal up the vision and prophecy. 6. To anoint the most holy. The prophecy then divides the 490 years into 3 parts. 1. 7 weeks, 49 years. This period starts with the command to rebuild Jerusalem after the Babylonian exile and culminates with the completion of the rebuilding process. 2. 62 weeks, 434 years. Following the rebuilding, this duration extends until the coming of the Anointed One or the Messiah. By some interpretations, this refers to the entry of Jesus Christ into Jerusalem, marking the beginning of the final week. 3. 1 week, 7 years. This final week is the most debated among scholars. In the midst of this week, the Anointed One will be cut off, which many interpret as the crucifixion of Jesus. The latter half of this week is characterized by a covenant being broken, the cessation of sacrifices, and abominations in the temple, events that some believe correlate with historical events while others view them as yet to be fulfilled in the end times. Interpretations and implications. The precision of the timeline, especially when mapped onto the history of the Jewish people and the life of Jesus, has made the prophecy a cornerstone for many in Christian eschatology. For many believers, the prophecy affirms the authenticity of the Bible, showcasing its ability to predict specific future events. Furthermore, the final week of 7 years has been a focal point for end-time speculations. The events described in this week, particularly the breaking of the covenant and the abomination in the temple, align with other prophetic descriptions of the tribulation period in Christian eschatology. Conclusion. Its potential implications for understanding the timeline of God's plan, the identity of the Messiah, and the end times make it an essential study for anyone delving into biblical prophecy. Like many prophetic texts, its full understanding may be elusive, but its significance in the tapestry of Scripture is undeniable.